Okay, 42 days of Keto Chow. Today is day 35. Again, I checked before I started to record this. Today is my last day doing coconut oil. And this right here will be lunch. This is my second to the last meal doing coconut oil. Liquid coconut oil. I guess I could have actually used regular coconut oil because that's the savory chicken soup flavor, and it's hot still. Oh, let me turn off my fan. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, I'm really ready to be done doing coconut oil. For any who are wondering, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do not recommend using liquid coconut oil in your keto chow unless it's like in order to get MCTs, which you might as well just use MCT oil in that case. I don't know about you, but my gastrointestinal system does not like having that much. Last night was actually particularly hard, and hopefully it's the last one like that. Yeah, I was down to an all-time low this morning, and I'm really glad I installed a bidet in that bathroom. So I'm also operating on not as much sleep as I would have liked because I lost about 2 hours this morning. Anyway, got a couple theories about why that's going on. I mean, it honestly could be stomach flu. I'm not ruling that out, but I think it has a lot to do with the sheer amount of MCTs. And maybe them building up, and it takes a couple days for them to overflow. I don't know. By the way, this right here, that's from smacking my nose into a cabinet when I was drilling a hole. They went through and I went boom. Anyway, it's almost as good as scoping yourself. Anyway, tomorrow I will be starting Carb Week. I'm actually going to do my first meal of that live. I'll probably do it live on Instagram and maybe have a YouTube live stream going as well. Just so I can show off my blood glucose numbers go through the roof. So that should be interesting. I'll be doing that after I get back from my DEXA scan. Mountain time, it'll be at about 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning. And I'm actually having a hard time finding the Skittles that I'm going to be using. I've already got the Sprite, and I only need 6 more bags of the M&Ms, but I need 20 bags of Skittles. And Sam's Club, they only sell those in like a 50 box for vending machines. Costco, they sell big giant bags. It's been a long time since I bought candy, so I'm kind of out of the practice. And the Walmart by my house only sells the big bags, larger bags of Skittles than the ones that I need. So I'm going to try maybe a couple different supermarkets today, see if I can find my 20 bags. But yeah, I'm really not looking forward to it. Anyway, final thing is yesterday I got my blood tests back for my week with macadamia nut oil, and it was interesting to say the least. So interesting that I called up Dave Feldman right away. Got his voicemail, left him a message, and he called me back. Once again, this is my claim to fame. I am famous on the internet because Dave Feldman returns my phone calls. So, in case you were wondering, I'm cool. Anyway, I talked with him for a while, and the takeaway is, the short version, is that I did macadamia nut oil because it has the highest amount of monounsaturated fats. And previously I had done grapeseed oil because it had the highest amount of polyunsaturated. Because when I had earlier done avocado oil, my triglycerides had spiked. And I didn't know if it was the monounsaturated or the polyunsaturated that caused that, because generally speaking I just do heavy cream with MCT oil. But I had done avocado oil, and so it had gone up. And so I wanted to isolate it, and that was the genesis of this experiment right here. And Well, it seems that it very likely is the monounsaturated fat that is causing my triglycerides to spike. And there's the blog post that's attached to this has a graph embedded in it that comes from the spreadsheet. I would actually recommend that you check out the spreadsheet directly because it has all the information there. It has all of my blood tests. It has a whole bunch of graphs, and it also has graphs from the other 3 people that I had repeat part of the experiment. With the avocado oil, they're actually doing an N=3, and if you add me, it's N=4. None of them got a spike in their triglycerides, despite one of them being related to me by blood. So, yeah, not sure what's up with that. I don't know if it's by virtue of me doing saturated fat for as long as I have. With the heavy cream, or what exactly is the mechanism for that, but it seems that the cause is more than likely the monounsaturated fats. Who knew? Whew, it's kind of weird. Let's see, there was something else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, blah, 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 LDLC. Yeah, oh, that's the other thing. If you look on the graph, either the graph that's embedded in the blog post, or you go to the actual spreadsheet. Once again, I'd recommend that. There's an inversion pattern. Dave likes to talk about his inversion patterns of fat intake and LDL, or is it total cholesterol? I think it's total. In mine, I'm seeing a very clear inversion pattern with the amount of triglycerides and the amount of LDL-C. So the LDL cholesterol, not the particles, but the cholesterol. I have the particles on a different graph. When one goes down, the other one goes up. Now the triglycerides go up higher than the LDL-C does, but it's still it's an exact correlation. If I flipped it around, like Dave likes to do in his, it would just mirror it. It would be exactly the same. It's really cool. Anyway, if you look, currently the graph is missing 2 of the results. There's one for coconut oil and there's one for sugar, the sugar week. And that's because, well, I get the coconut oil test tomorrow and I won't get the results back until like Wednesday of next week. And then the sugar week, well, it hasn't happened yet. So anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on with me. And yeah, my day 46 will likely be a YouTube live in addition to a Instagram, or maybe a Facebook. I don't know. We'll see. I actually, you can't see it. I wonder if I have something reflective. No, I don't. I actually have 3 webcams hooked up to this thing. Let's see. Can I switch them while on the fly? No, I can't. I've got a Logitech Brio, which is the one you're looking at. It's really nice quality. The low light whatchamacallit, performance is great. The colors look fantastic. It's shooting in 4K and then downscaling to 1080p. So it's really nice. The problem is it has to be directly connected with no hub, no nothing, to my computer, to a USB 3.1 port, or else it gives me all sorts of nasty errors because, okay, I'm a techie. Let's go back in time. I know I do all this stuff with video and stuff. It's actually, most webcams these days are doing in-camera H.264 compression. So it's basically making an MP4 file and sending the MP4 file down the USB connection. And it can do that because it has the hardware in there that does the compression automatically, and it requires not as much data, so you can fit it all in a USB 2 plug through a hub, and everything is fine. Well, the problem with that is you've got compression artifacts. Better quality is MJPEG, which is what mini DVI or mini, no, not DVI. Oh my gosh. Um, mini HDV. Yeah, HDV and mini HDV. Those shot in motion JPEG. And your old webcams did the same thing as well. But those usually topped out at 640 by 480. Well, the Logitech Brio, for some reason, and it's to give you higher quality, I'll tell you what the reason is, it shoots in MJPEG, and it uses up almost the full bandwidth of a USB 3.1 connection to send that data. And then your processor is left with the task of doing all the compression and everything like that. But it looked like a really good webcam, and it's a fantastic webcam, but yeah. And then I also have a Logitech something or other, and then there's the webcam that's built into my laptop. So maybe I can stream on multiple platforms at the same time from the same machine. And completely overload my bandwidth. So anyway, yeah, tomorrow should be a lot of fun. So catch you later.